Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks, SBR Videos. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Mike Brenner. We are the odds couple. We come to you from sportsbookreview.com, SBRodds.com, and it's the conference championships of the NFL playoffs. We're talking with Doug Upstone from Vegas Pro InsidersDaily.com. Doug Upstone last week won 2 out of the 3 picks that he gave us.
Yes.
He went head-to-head with you in the Seattle and Atlanta game, and once again, Doug Upstone, it's unbelievable. I mean, you're a handicapper. We all respect your record overall is great, but every single handicapper, including you and including Al McMordie and everyone, when they go up against Mike Brenner head-to-head, Mike's record is something like 18-3, something insanely good.
Yeah, well, hey, good for Mike. Maybe he should have, besides this, have his own show and then start really going up big time.
He gives the picks out. It's just amazing how, Mike's his record going head-to-head with other handicappers is way better than any other record of any of our videos, even better than his record not going head-to-head. But you also were with him on Pittsburgh.
Hey, a little luck never hurts anybody.
Yeah, sure.
I got lucky. I had that feel for Atlanta, and I really thought it was going to be a double-digit 2-touchdown plus win. And
But Doug Upstone, consummate professional, also nailed Pittsburgh last week, which was
we drove to the bank with that one. Me
ballsy
and Doug.
call on that one, and also the under in that Pittsburgh game. So Doug Upstone coming off a 2-1 playoffs week, 2 games today, and I'm just trying to get all the information I possibly can on these games to try to help me make up my mind, because obviously they're insane games. The Green Bay Atlanta total is up at 60. Pittsburgh and New England. How do you suss out value there? Mike Brenner's given his opinions. Let's just go straight to Doug Upstone. Let's start with Green Bay Atlanta. Doug Upstone, what's your take?
Yeah, on this one, I got a top dog with the Green Bay Packers.
No. Okay.
Now, I think you can make a pretty good case for Pittsburgh also, but I think overall, at least for myself, I like Green Bay better in this situation, and here's why. First of all, let's look at the defenses they're going to face. New England's defense is giving up, I believe, 15.9 points per game, whereas Atlanta's defense is giving up 21.1 and 26.9 playing in the Georgia Dome. Now, we all know how Aaron Rodgers is playing. I mean, he's just in an otherworldly position. And what I think of when watching him, I think of like a guy that's a chess master who goes into a room, one of those exhibitions where he's playing against a whole group of people, and he's doing it all at once, and he's just beating them one after another. And that's kind of seems like the zone that he's in right now, is that the game is so slow to him. He sees everything that's going on and understands everything that's going on. Now, there's no question about this, that the Green Bay defense coming in this game is a liability, because they're going against one of the best, well, actually, statistically, the best offense in the NFL in Atlanta. But when you look at Atlanta's defense, it's really not a whole lot better than the Packers. And where I think the key is, from a spread standpoint in this game, is that they're in the bottom 20% covering tight ends in the NFL because of their blitzing style. You have to give up something. Well, we know what Green Bay has in Jared Cook, Richard Rodgers, and now they've added Ty Montgomery as a receiver, more so out of the running back position. When I look at this game, I think the Packers can definitely cover this number overall. And I also have one other tidbit, is that the road team, the road team in this series is covered 5 in a row, and the team catching points is on a nice 3-0 streak. I think the Packers are the play here.
All right. Well,
what's
you're going up head-to-head with Mike Brenner.
Baby.
On Monday, Mike Brenner gave Atlanta. Now it was 4 at that point. Now it's up to 4.5 or 5. So we can credit Doug Upstone with Green Bay plus 5. Maybe you guys will get sided. One will win, one will push. But Doug Upstone, you're going head-to-head with Mike Brenner. Mike Brenner, you want to address anything he said?
Well, no, I love Doug's breakdown, and I got news for you, because Green Bay has cashed some tickets ever since they went on this run. I've been involved in a whole hell of a lot of these ticket cashing. Actually, the 4 teams that remain have been the 4 teams that have been best to me the whole year. I've had a good feel for them.
That's why it's tough to pick against one of them.
And it is. It's very tough. And exactly that look in Aaron Rodgers' eyes, all right, that Doug was talking about, absolutely. I saw it, and I was talking to a friend about it last night. I haven't seen that in a minute from him. He was in such a zone. He saw the field so clear, and what Doug said, the game was totally slowed down because of the way his vision with the field. Now, there's no doubt in it. This is a hot rolling machine. Any team that says, hey, we got to win out, we got it, and we can get it done, all right, I'm telling you, this is the team that can do it. But on the other side, you got Matt Ryan, that has a miniature Tom Brady chip on his shoulder. He's mad at himself. He's mad at the old style. He's mad at he regressed after he did so well. And now he is absolutely showing what he was totally about. And he is one hell of a hot quarterback. Bottom line, this is 2 hot quarterbacks. So I'm going to take the home field advantage, because I got a feeling that defense, all right, both these defenses are vulnerable, but I'm telling you, Dan Quinn picked up a hell of a lot of confidence and momentum when he beat his mentor, and he beat that team down, and they beat the shit out of that team. All right, I'm telling you, Green Bay's coming in, and I think they might just rest on their laurels a little bit, okay, on the road. And I'm not kidding you, Atlanta just will not be stopped. They're going to get this thing done. You're going to see a win by 7 or more points, and I mean this. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the same weapons, and those guys that the Cook and all that, they will get exposed this week because Dan Quinn is one hell of a defensive coach. All right, the numbers aren't showing it with that defense now, but I'm telling you, wait, great. Somebody's got to lose, and I hate it. It's going to be a tight one, but I think they're going to win by 7 or more.
This was a tough one for Mike Brenner to make a decision on, but that was a hell of a pitch, a hell of a breakdown. Doug Upstone, are you questioning your lean to Green Bay right now?
No. I'm sticking with it. And actually, the thing that I think of in listening to Mike is that, yes, he has certainly beaten me several times. But if you recall, early in the season, he said if he's wrong, he's going to fly me down to Costa Rica.
Absolutely. And, buddy, I can't wait. My wife is in Colombia with my kids. I got a 4-bedroom house. You need to come on down. I'll pick you up at the airport, Doug, and I'm not kidding. We'll watch this game together.
Here's my proposition to you, is that I have some inside sources also at Sportsbook Review. And so my thing is that get me down there, and if I'm wrong on the Packers, I will buy the drinks for both of you guys when I'm there. And from what I understand with my sources, that will more than double the cost of the ticket that Mike would have to pay for me to come down there. So I think that ends up being, if you're right, pretty good deal for you guys.
Yeah, sounds great. And you also have to pay for my antidepressants for a month?
Yeah,
that
that's expensive.
No, it's not that expensive.
Actually, you got a good deal last month.
$20, $30 a month.
That's a great farm.
All right, so head-to-head once again, Doug Upstone and Mike Brenner. Now let's move on to Pittsburgh, New England, another tough one. And I'll tell you what, this one, when we previewed this one on Monday, Mike Brenner also had a strong opinion, and he convinced me to go on it with him. So I added his picks, I tailed them, and added them to my official record. And this one has gone down a little bit. It's still 6 at some places.
It's not
but
easy
5
to
and
get
half.
you to jump in that tick and cash your car. But by God, when you do, we take it to the bank.
You did. And, Pittsburgh, it's gone down a little bit. So there's a lot of, it's mostly 5.5, still some 6s. And the total is 51 or 50.5. Doug Upstone, what's your take on this one? I think Doug's going to, my prediction is Doug's going to say, I think he's going to take the shot with the total. I think he's going to say he likes the under.
Wow, listen to that.
Oh, Peter, the mind reader again.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
That's great.
So that's what I'm looking at. Is that I think that the public is moving the total upwards, and I understand it. I mean, you got Ben Roethlisberger and you got Tom Brady as quarterbacks. Why wouldn't you think that would be the way to go? Except I'm going to go contrarian on this one. I look at since Pittsburgh has in that 4-game losing streak when they gave up 28.2 points per game. Since that time, their defense has improved dramatically. They're the leading sack team in the NFL with 30 sacks. Plus, they're only giving up 16.5 points per game. Now, when you look at New England, in the last quarter of the season, we started to hear more about it. But the New England defense, they'll give up some yards. But once you reach their 40-yard line, that's when things get tough. They gave up an NFL best 15.6 points per game. And during this current 7-game winning streak that they're on, that number drops to 12.8 points per game. I look at these two teams. When Pittsburgh is an underdog, they're 10-2 under. I think the play here is on the under in this championship game, under the 50.5 or 51, as you said, Peter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, the thing is that if you look at their recent results, both these teams have been putting up at least 24 points game in and game out. So that's
Pittsburgh is not going to put those points up, Pete, on New England. I can see this as a 30-10 game. I can see this 28-14 at the very most. I'm telling you, New England's going to cover this thing left and right, inside and out, and I love that pick. I'm jumping in with them. I'm jumping in, Doug. Hell yeah.
All right. I wanted to give the under when it was 50.5. I'm sorry, when it was 51.
Don't start that now.
No, when it was 51 on Monday, but I will go on it with you as well. But we're going to have to take 50.5 minus one of the. Although actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Pinnacle and I'm going to buy up to 51. I'll see what it is. Probably about minus 114
go waste your
or something
time and
like
buy
that.
One. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm going to buy. So you're going to take 50.5
I'm taking 50.5.
50.5 minus 103, and I'm going to go to Pinnacle and find out what the line would be to take 51, and I will take that.
We got a great deal here because Doug's going to drive this car to the bank, and then after we win the Green Bay game with our bet, right, he's going to come down and he's going to buy us drinks.
All right, so there we have it.
What a great job.
Thanks so much, Doug Upstone, going head-to-head with Mike Brenner on Green Bay and agreeing with my lean, and now we're all in the same boat on this one, on the under in Pittsburgh and New England. Doug Upstone, your website is VegasProInsidersDaily.com or Vegas Insiders Pro. Sorry, what?
I can't believe you remember that.
Tell us what your website is and tell us what you do there.
Okay, VegasProInsidersDaily.com, and what we do is we provide you. Look at it this way: it's like a toolbox, not just my picks, but it's information of different systems, trends, smart wise guy action. I added a new thing called smart bettors action, which shows what the public is betting on and go the other way with some very specific details. So it's a whole group of things. So for those that like to make picks but like to make their own picks and just not buy them, this is a perfect opportunity for you to do it. $39.99 a month. Best deal in sports handicapping.
Yep, wow. Doug Upstone is a great guy, and it's a great website. Sorry about messing up the URL. It's just I get confused because I get the pro and insiders confused. Sometimes
you do a brilliant job because you've never made that
Vegas
mistake
Pro
before.
Insiders Daily.
I couldn't do it. Hell, I'd never be able to pull that one off.
It's a little bit confusing, but that's not what matters. What matters is the content in the website, and it's a great website. Doug Upstone's website, Vegas Pro Insider Daily. Thanks so much, Doug. Talk to you again very soon.
Thanks, Doug.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.